I was unanimous and very fast.
What did you say, Brandy?
I love Breezy.
I was unanimous and very
well, come
fast.
on.
Why was
You
that
can't.
so?
I ain't no for damn fool.
Why y'all playing with that
It's
man
like-
Chris
it's-
Brown though?
No,
Don't sleep on that man.
listen,
Chris
Christopher
Brown.
Maurice Brown, born May 5th, 1989, Tappahannock, Virginia.
That's why I was surprised that man
No,
chose
but-
Chris Brown. Like, I mean, Usher.
I ain't no damn fool.
I don't think.
Facts.
By the way, we're on.
Oh, we're on.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I mean, you know, early
Yeah,
shit.
no, it's all good.
Wait, who want the headphones? We got.
I'll take the headphones. Fuck it.
Wait, don't DJ. We got another pair.
You want headphones? Hold on, let me go see.
It don't really matter to me. We just having a conversation. Fuck it.
Well, but
One, two.
it'll help let niggas know they speaking to the mic. You know what I'm
Really?
saying?
Okay. I don't really be doing this much, so we gonna figure this shit out though. Do you be having like structure to your shit? Like, how do you like structure your shit?
Usually, I like just kind of free flow. I live life how I live. That's how I live my life.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, like like today, since we've been arguing. Not arguing. We've been having some elevated discussions
Yeah. About what?
about this whole Kanye. I always
Kanye stays
always-
a persistent topic in media constantly. Like, it's like omnipresent, man. But
Yeah.
what you was finna say?
basically I have a strong disdain for.
We going right into it, guys. We going right into it.
Yeah. Well, by the way, welcome to the Perfect Show. Shit, I ain't know.
Yeah.
Fuck it, we on.
Intro that shit.
Yeah. Welcome to the Perfect Show. You know, Nedlog.
Nedlog in this bitch.
Nedlog, you know,
Stone Mountain,
you know.
Georgia, Nedlog, Golden Backwards, Nedlog Media. You already
wow.
know what the fuck going on, man.
Okay, that's what it stands for. Okay. I be every time I see DJ, I'm like Nedlog.
Hell yeah, man. Golden Backwards. But yeah, what was you saying? I cut you off.
So basically, yeah, we can jump right into it because I've been waiting. Wait, can you make sure? I need whoever's speaking to the mic. I need.
No. We right here.
Yeah, because we've been waiting for this one. So basically, I have a strong disdain for violent rap, heavy drug culture rap, basically mainstream rap as it is.
Yeah.
Long story short, I was a history major in college. Taught 8th grade.
Where'd you go?
The University of North Carolina at Greensboro, UNCG. Shout out, 1891 Spartans. Fuck going on.
Shout out NC.
My boy North Carolina to the bone.
Okay, but
Shout out Aki too.
let's go.
Black made.
Black on. You know what I'm saying?
That's a black made water.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Black made water
9.5.
brown. Is he from Carolina too? Or
Hey, Bull City Down, stand up. What's going on? 919.
He said North
Gonna put
Carolina
on.
to
That's
the
hard.
fullest.
Oh, yeah.
My nigga.
That's hard.
Went to college with the baby. Stayed in the same dorm.
Really?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, so-
that's nuts.
We gonna go.
That's kind of going into what we gonna
yeah.
talk about. Okay, so you was a history major there.
And so my concentration was basically America 1776 to present, but I really love Civil War time, slavery, all that stuff. So pro-black, which I feel like all of us are.
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
to various degrees,
Right.
Facts, facts.
Yeah.
I like that. Yes, there's a spectrum.
for sure.
So when I think about rap music, and not rap itself, but like the current culture, like I said, FYB, take your money, I'm gonna go kill 18 niggas per song. I think it's not only super detrimental to our community, but the conversation he and I have been having, it started with Kanye. Cause I know he doesn't.
Kanye get? How did y'all?
This was when he was going stupid.
Yeah, so
okay.
this when he was having his Twitter,
Meltdown.
his rants. We can call it what we want.
meltdown.
A few months ago.
Yeah,
So DJ's like, Kanye's crazy. And so one day, because I'm a big Kanye fan, and I agree, hey, Kanye, I seriously think he has some kind of mental health.
It's very obvious.
yeah.
It's
Something's
very
going on.
obvious.
Yeah. But my whole point was, we can call Kanye quote unquote crazy if we're going to agree that rappers like, I'm just throwing names out, Youngboy, 21 Savage, anybody who raps about killing niggas on a consistent basis, they have a mental illness. There's something wrong there.
Mental illness.
I firmly.
that's where you-
say mental illness.
Oh yeah. Because
God damn.
think
that's
about
rough.
this. Here's an example. Think about this, right? Let's say every rapper is in either high school or middle school, right?
Yeah.
Let's say instead of songs, these are poems. Let's say the teacher, they have a parent-teacher conference one day, and they're going through their work, and they're looking at all their poems, and every single poem, they're talking about killing multiple people, all types of guns, all types of violence and drugs. We would look at that person and we would say, hey.
Is that fair to put their art in the lens of academia or in the scope of academia? That shouldn't necessarily be the case for them. These are people that live. That's not what they fuck with. These people don't fuck with school or no shit like that. They just live in their reality type shit. So they just reflecting what the conditions that they were goddamn placed upon. You know what I'm saying, like that?
And DJ has brought this point up. I agree to a certain extent.
What's the extent?
The extent is, all right, cool. You're naturally going to talk about what you go through, who you are.
Yes.
That doesn't take away from the fact that if you grew up in dire conditions, because a lot of rappers that make it, let's be honest, on that mainstream level who talk about this kind of stuff, let's look at their upbringing. Let's look at the resources they had. Let's look at the kind of high schools, middle schools they went to. Let's look at their communities.
You don't think it lines up with what they rapping about?
No, I do. And so what I'm saying is, it's not to like poke fun at and say, oh, what the fuck is wrong with you? But it's on some like, yo, these niggas grew up in conditions that are not normal. Therefore, there's a reason that they're talking about things of this extreme, because we can go look at, and I hate to bring up this example. Let's look at let's just use a school shooting or the shooting up in Buffalo a few months ago.
That's okay. I'm with you.
No,
I'm
like,
just following along.
Right, just hear me out.
Yeah.
We see multiple people killed. We say that's a terrible tragedy. We can all admit to that, right? Mm-hmm. But then we'll ride around to a man, to somebody who looks just like all of us in the room, black, talking about killing multiple people that look just like us and say that there's nothing wrong, because when you do something on a consistent basis, like I said, this doesn't take away from the fact how they grew up, because to me that leads to it. But it's almost like if a soldier goes to war, comes back with PTSD. If I say he has PTSD, somebody could say, well, it's because of the war. And I'm like, yeah, I agree, but he has PTSD. So my whole point is like I said, it's not to look at rappers who rap this way and say, what the fuck is wrong with you? But my thing is like, kind of like how you brought up the spectrum, which I'm glad you did. It's like, yo, it's quote unquote crazy now on the spectrum, because I agree. What Kanye has bombastic actions. Kanye is unpredictable. Kanye has done things that I had to stop defending that nigga years ago. It's kind of like defending LeBron. You just gotta let niggas be. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to this, it's like, okay, if we're gonna say he has some kind of mental illness, there has to be something wrong with people who, after your 250th song, if you still killing niggas and talking about splitting the block and switches and shit, it's like, bro, like, should we not take a deeper look into this?
Nah, because I feel like this goes to a deeper question. I don't feel like it's a mental illness thing. A lot of people are incentivized to talk about that shit. Like, the consumer incentivizes it. The corporations, like the record labels, incentivize it. So it's not a thing where it's like, I feel like they're just doing it. Of course, it's a reflection of themselves. But in addition to that, they're given millions of dollars to talk about this. So it's not like they have any incentive to talk about anything else. And in all actuality, when people do talk about other shit that's more thought-provoking, nothing. You feel what I'm saying? Right. Like, it doesn't get the traction. You know what I'm saying? So the industry damn near incentivizes artists, if you want to be successful, hip-hop artists specifically, to take that route. So I don't feel like it's a mental illness thing. And in addition, to go back to what you said as far as like the negative shit, I feel like the negative shit is only bad if it's just hella abundant type shit and it's no counteraction type shit. So like, of course it's gonna be bad if all you hear is like violence, guns, shoot 'em, bang type shit. But in all actuality, some artists, not all of them, but some artists do show the other side of shit. Like, you brought up 21 as an example. I fuck with 21 so heavy because, like, he really shows the duality of, like, of a street artist, of a street nigga, for real. Like, he'll rap about all of the bang, bang, shoot 'em up shit, but at the same time offer you the other perspective, like, this shit fucked me up, this shit fucked up my family, or whatever the case may be type shit. So I feel like it has to be a reflection on both sides, on both angles type shit. So I feel like that does exist out there. So you know what I'm saying?
Right. And I feel you. Like, it's funny. I had this I brought up 21 the other day, and somebody else brought up something similar about 21. They were like, you know, his humanitarian side.
Shout out Stone Mountain Eastside, by the way.
Eastside,
Shout
you
out
know.
Mega Meezy and shit, man.
You know.
Shout out them boys.
Somebody brought him up the other day, and and they brought up the humanitarian side, and that's, to me, like, it helps my case because I'm like, because hear me out.
let me hear it.
Because look at Kanye. I can give you there's a bombastic side.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the holy side. Because
What?
That no,
Nah,
you can't,
hell
no,
no.
no,
Whoa,
no, no, no,
Okay,
no,
we.
no. I feel like that goes into the mental illness of Kanye.
Literally.
On some real shit.
So here's what I'm
That's
saying.
not the same thing.
So you don't think there's something wrong with someone who can talk about, I'm gonna go shoot your whole block up.
All right. So look, check me out.
Okay, hey, he popped on the scene.
When you making a comparison for like rap, my bad. When you making a comparison for like what you calling like the violent rappers to other rappers who grew up in the same conditions that don't like speak about the same shit, I would say there's levels to like the intensity or like the conditions that somebody grows up within that environment. So like you got people that maybe be like Kanye grew up in Chicago. Obviously Chicago ain't the best neighborhood, but because you from the hood doesn't necessarily mean you grew up hood.
Right.
You feel me? So like going back to looking at their education and backgrounds, somebody may be better able to articulate the struggle aspect of their living situations better than somebody else who hasn't had the opportunity to like have that education and be able to articulate that. You know what I'm saying? So like a good example is Kodak. Kodak is like a rare case for somebody that's a great writer in the sense of he can talk about the same shit that the other, what you would say, violent rappers talk about, but still bring perspective into it to be able to let somebody able like that doesn't come from that background to understand what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Not necessarily see like I'm talking about killing and people like killing and shit and drugs and shit, but that's because like that was my everyday.
Yes,
you
and
feel
it's
me?
way
And it's
deeper
not
than
because I'm glorifying it. It's because it's reality. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To be able to actually add that in there is like a skill that a lot of people.
It's art.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. And this I'm glad you said that, because that's one thing I've mentioned to DJ before. I'm like, listen, to me, there's a fine line between this is my experience and glorifying.
And also, I want to say, like, as far as like mental health, I wouldn't necessarily disagree with that, but I would say if you're a black man in America, I would say most of us are dealing with some form of PTSD.
I
So
agree.
Literally all of us.
To pinpoint and say those rappers, it's like, yeah, but like that's saying you're not dealing with the same shit in your everyday, ways of thinking versus them because they had it more intense or like
They had the black
worse.
experience
Yeah.
more intense than you.
Right. Well, that's why. Well, no, that's a great point, and that's why I'm glad that you brought up at the start of all this spectrum.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's something I agree with. If you want to be real, I feel like basically, I hate to give percentages, but basically, damn near everybody on Earth in this current system of capitalism and things, we're all in some way. Yeah. So yeah, I agree. So I guess I'll say we'll just put it on a spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but like, I'm glad you brought up the glorification, because to me, like, that's where the illness for me. I'm like, there's something wrong on a deep level when it goes from this is what I've seen to, all right, nigga, you done killed 300 niggas on
That's
that
what
album.
I don't think that's a. I'm sorry to cut you off, Carlo. I don't think that's a mental thing. That's a greed thing. That's a greed thing. You get to a certain point, you're making all of this money off of music, and literally, I could do whatever I want, and the more I talk about this bullshit, the more money they're putting in my pocket. So it's not like I don't think that's like
depending on the person. I would say like in some cases you got rappers that have talked about shit that they actually out here doing, and then that's when you got an issue when it's like people talking about 13 people on the one song that they actually killed. Like, yeah, that's an issue. But
Right.
like
Well,
when
yeah,
it comes to
that's on
a dude that's like trying to feed his family, and the only way he can do that is talk about the shit that people that's trying to give him money are only going to give him money to talk about killing and stealing and shit. That's, I mean, I'm not supporting it, but like if that's what's going to feed that person to get him out of the situation and his family that he's in, you know, I can't can't be against that.
And
I feel you.
Go back to that Kanye shit. Niggas be exploiting that religion shit. Niggas be exploiting the fuck out of that religion
That's
shit.
where
Like,
and his kids.
Oh, yeah,
Like, he
thank
brought
you.
his kids into that shit, bro.
and just like, and hold up, pause.
Okay.
Pause right here. Pause.
I'm ready now.
Pause right here. And just like people exploit the religion shit, people exploit the violence.
Okay,
and
right.
the bullshit.
Okay, cool.
It's the same thing.
Right.
It's the same thing, and it's both bad. That's the thing. It's both bad. Kanye is like it's both exploitation, but they're just exploiting different things.
But here's my question to that though. So I'm assuming you're saying Kanye is exploiting the religion.
Yes,
So here's my question.
and mental health.
Well, here
Very much so.
so here's my question. Why is it that you say Kanye is exploiting the religious side, but will agree he has a mental illness? So who's to say that he's not really legit about the religion? It's just there's a bombastic side. Because to me, it's like if we're gonna sit here,
Nah, this is where he monetizes it. That's where it comes.
Nigga
That's
made last 2 albums. My man, like-
the monetization. That's where it starts.
I disagree because Kanye's been talking about God since day one. Jesus Walks came out in 2004. He wrote that shit 2 years
he didn't
before
make
that.
a Jesus Walks album.
He
Like-
wasn't making Jesus Saves merch.
He's been
If you make
it's
Jesus
evolved.
Saves merch, you better give it all back to the church.
It's evolved though, but
but
can't.
you're not hearing me.
I'm here, bro. Kanye's been talking about God since day one. He's been sampling gospel
If you're
choirs since day
selling-
one.
If you're selling Jesus merch or whatever the fuck Christ merch, give it back to the church.
I
It's
don't
not-
agree with
that's
that,
not-
though.
What do you mean?
If I- okay.
it's not self like. It's ego. Like, you just trying to goddamn serve yourself. You're just trying to put money in your pocket.
So I have a question.
Yes.
If I let's say I start a church, right?
Yes.
And we sell shirts, I can't keep any of the profit because it's for God. Because
goes
now
to
we're
the
getting into a
church.
religion. No, there's a difference between doing something
finna
for
say
a
something?
church.
I was saying,
What you was finna say?
he also came out with "I am a God in Jesus,"
Which is very
It's a
fucking
very
Okay, so
bro,
we've all
blasphemous as fuck.
Okay. Well, hold on. First off, because now we're about to get.
That goes back to the mental health shit. He might be crazy because he contradicts himself all the time.
So
it might be something.
So that's all I'm saying. Like,
But that still don't mean you can't exploit it. This man is very smart. He a billionaire.
Are you
He know
saying
what
it's
the
not
fuck is going on.
exploitation?
no, here's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
are you saying it's not exploitation?
Here's what I'm saying. No, my question is, why is it that on Kanye's side, right? We're going, if we're all going to sit here and agree there's something mentally off, there's some kind of mental imbalance.
Right.
So we're gonna sit here and say that, all right, he has his bombastic ways, right? So then we're gonna say that he's also smart enough to claim this religion yet not follow it.
But a lot of bipolar people are.
Hear me out though. That's
They're
my
very
point.
aware.
But so you don't. Why is it that it gets assumed that Kanye's religious side isn't genuine when he's been showing this for over 20 years? It's been an
It
evolution.
might be genuine,
Y'all
but
gotta
that
let me-
don't mean you can't exploit it.
I also know over religious, when you get very over religious, is known to be a symptom of bipolar disorder. Like, that's a symptom. When you get overindulged in religion, is literally a
Keep going.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. That's all I got.
You know, personally, I can speak best on being overlit. I joined a cult for 2 years.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, we can talk about that. Yo, anybody ever tell you like KD with dreads?
No.
Yo, I keep staring at you. I'm like, I keep staring at you. It's fucking me up.
The one I get the most is Lil Duval. That's the one I get
I've
the most.
never.
Okay.
heard of it.
I mean, and maybe it's because of Mike, but I keep looking at you on my bus. I'm like, I'm arguing with KD.
That's too funny.
Damn, what were we saying? This is a good discussion. By the way, what are y'all's names? I didn't get everybody's names yet. This is a good discussion.
Yeah, we should introduce ourselves. I'm Amari,
I'm DK.
I'm Kala.
and we're Nedlog.
Yeah.
Toronto.
In Toronto, in the
Toronto,
cut.
boy, Toronto, hometown hero.
No
He
cap.
say he looked tired. You know, he want to be on camera. I feel you.
Toronto in the cut.
But yeah, so I guess like, let me state like I guess what I'm saying about the Kanye thing clearly, because I don't know if I'm making it clear. I just feel like, why is it assumed that his religious side isn't genuine, but we'll call him crazy, but then we'll look at, like I said, the violent rappers who glorify it, and then we'll say, well, it's because they feeding their family. You know what I'm saying? It's like the same thing, and that's the same thing. But that's why, like, going back to go ahead.
So the issue with Kanye is it's like where the exploitation comes in is that you're trying to use religion to justify things that you know are wrong. So with rappers, it's like they're using something that may or may not be wrong to feed their family. Kanye gonna feed his family regardless.
With religion or not,
Religion or not.
overpump.
So it's like
not anything.
and
like
like
that,
to say like to justify actions like attacking like your ex-wife and her new relationship and like putting your kids in possibly detrimental situations, to use religion to try to justify that is an issue, because then.
But when did he do that though?
When did he do that?
When did he use? When did Kanye ever use religion to justify his actions?
He invited Pete to the Sunday service, didn't he?
But that's not justifying actions.
That's using.
I feel like it's using religion to like try
as
to
a
like
taunting, like taunt mechanism or something. I don't know.
yeah. I feel like that's using religion. I don't know.
But you see what I'm saying? Everything about Kanye's action is nitpick. But then when it comes to every other rapper over there,
no, it's
y'all
not.
just put them in a blanket statement.
What
we
other
don't.
options do they have?
What? Okay, so here's my question. How can you say Kanye started exploiting? He's been doing it since the beginning. So that's what I'm saying. It can't be exploitation when Kanye came out as it's to me, Kanye is literally almost like Kirk Franklin meets rap. And because he listen to Kanye's first album, it was sampling gospel. He's been doing this God shit. Think about his most famous line from Jesus Walks. Guns, lies, sex, fuck. I'm kind of drunk. Videotape. What if I talk about God, my record won't get played, huh?
Yeah.
So if this take,
go,
you know,
go
I'm just saying. I think they're all in the same.
I feel like all of these things can be true. Like I could feel like he can be doing that shit since the beginning. It could be genuine and it still be exploitation.
Or he just
I agree
might
with
be
that.
bipolar from the beginning.
I agree with that. No, that's probably the best answer.
Like all of those. What you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, or he might be bipolar from the beginning.
No, he
Or
has
it might-
been bipolar
from the beginning, yeah.
He's made songs about that too.
Yeah.
Facts. Okay. Well, wait. So he's made song. I didn't.
About being bipolar, like way back when, yeah.
I mean, think about this album cover from 2018. When it was like
Wyoming.
with the mountains in the background. It said, I forgot what it said, but it said something about being bipolar.
Some-
Even
Like
before
literally.
that, I'm talking about like before graduation and shit.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I know that.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, man, just hit us with the hip hop facts.
Right. Right.
Hit us with the hip hop facts. Well, hell yeah, man.
Well, yeah, that was a good discussion. That was a good
Hell yeah.
discussion. You know.
Man, that.
For
somehow,
sure.
does
But
that,
it is exploitive though.
Yeah.
That's where we ended up on.
Let's conclude that with Kanye is one of the GOATs, and you know our artists they be going through their shit, they be torn and shit like that. So you know we all go through it on various degrees. So it is what it is, man.
but we
You know
can
how that goes.
also, I still stand on the fact of trap rappers or who you deem to be violent rappers is simply
That's
stating what they've been through, experience. You can't, and not to say that they don't have PTSD, but you can't just blanketly put that on mental illness, like put everything, put that
They
whole
not
little
saying,
thing.
"Hey, we got PTSD. It's cool. We not gonna do shit about it."
Like,
I don't think niggas realize they have PTSD.
That's
Some
facts.
of them niggas do. At this point, I feel like some of them niggas do. I mean, this nigga G Herbo got a whole
album called PTSD.
Well, damn.
No, facts.
Well, damn.
It's like, yeah, these like it's like mental health is like it's become a thing in the
Yeah,
black community.
facts.
So it's like it's pretty
Conversation
it's
is
pretty
popping up a
known.
little more.
But
Which is another reason why I feel like we. So you say Kanye has came out and said that he's been
Yeah.
bipolar. So I
I
know
don't
that.
remember that, but
Yeah,
that's fine
but-
if you did.
I mean, look at for like if you look at the album cover, it says like I'm bipolar,
Yeah, the one in Wyoming.
and then
I
like
remember that
two,
one.
yeah,
It's awesome. I hate being bipolar. It's fucking awesome.
yeah. It's
I ain't that.
yeah. So here's my.
You don't think that's
What you was finna say?
Well, I do have a question for DJ because
What's up, man?
now y'all weren't here the other day, but This man contradicts himself.
I've
been waiting for this.
Hold on, wait.
Because we just had a conversation about violent rappers and and their upbringing, creating their conditions.
Yeah.
So then we got on John Kirk, aka the baby.
Man,
The NC hometown hero, right?
Hey, straight out of West Charlotte. Hey, let's get it. Him and Cole, they got it right now.
That's great.
DJ told me he doesn't. DK, my fault. It's crazy. Yeah,
It's fine.
No, it's fine.
For family, it's DJ. For the folks, for the artist shit, it's DK.
y'all hear that? I'm family.
Yeah.
So, you good, man. They gonna know how to switch it. Go ahead.
So he expressed his displeasure for the baby, and so I said, well, why?
Yeah. I want to know your reasoning now.
Go ahead, because I know you brought up the murder.
What is your reason?
I just we're okay. So I mean, we're.
Now come on, now you talking big shit.
Are we keeping it PC?
You could PC it a little bit.
Man,
You could PC it a little bit.
What's PC? Politically correct?
Keep it.
Man, I only got 119 followers.
We just talking about your TikTok followers. Though. We were just going over your analytics.
Okay, I got 119 subscribers on YouTube.
But I mean, to keep it PC, I mean, this man has really been. He is on the news, fucking every other week. This month he's been good. He's gone a good probably month.
You feel like it's outweighing the music?
That is, bro. Yes. I feel like it's outweighing the music.
But no.
Keep it PC.
No. That's not the direction. Let me tell you what he brought up. He said,
He
leave the
shot a
baby.
motherfucker and nothing happened. He shot a motherfucker and nothing happened.
And so this is when I brought up. I'm like, so wait a minute. You have a problem with the baby shooting somebody out of self-defense when he was raised in West Charlotte.
Was it something? It was something.
wasn't, bro. They showed the video.
Yeah,
Oh, no, bro, I watched the video.
Pulled up on bro.
He pushed up on that nigga, bro.
Why didn't he get arrested?
Oh hell! I don't know. I didn't go.
And so even
Walmart clip up.
I watched it. That little bit of footage does not show much, but
I'm not even
got
trying
off-
to indict this man.
No.
Exactly.
Okay,
Facts.
Okay.
I'm not trying to indict
okay.
this
Well,
man.
even let's say he pushed up on him, right? He's from West Charlotte. That's his environment. That's what he grew up in. Betty's Ford. If you go watch First 48, nigga, West Charlotte is on there plenty of times. He will tell you he's from West Charlotte. That's his environment. He grew up rough. He talks about crackheads raising him on his album. So my thing is, how can we look at the baby? Because now that blanket statement from earlier, we got to pull it back some because it's like, okay, so why can't the baby slide under? Well, that's just how he was raised.
Because he's out of that environment.
He's.
I was gonna say it's like being a drug dealer, bro. Like if you was a drug dealer,
Bro, but
if you was a drug dealer before the rap
you
shit,
looking
that's
crazy, but
whatever,
that
if
goes
you
back to
still
what I
selling
said
drugs to the
earlier.
community-
That goes back to what I said earlier. Like up until a point, the violence and the crazy shit is like that's your experience and it's cool. But at a certain point, it becomes exploitation because you're out of it and they're giving you millions.
My
of
He
nigga
dollars.
wasn't
literally-
out of it. This happened in 2017. That nigga was y'all didn't even know who the baby was in 2017.
That's how he
did you?
blew up.
Kirk came out
That's kind of how he blew up.
Yeah, I was like, did I?
Kirk, I can tell you the timeline. Fall 2017.
Yeah.
The incident happened in Charlotte. South by South, or was it South by Southwest or Coachella? I think it was South by Southwest. He went out there with a diaper. It all happened around the same time. 2018 is when Suge came out. That's when the world got to know him. So it's like the man committed a murder 5 years ago, right? So he wasn't out of that. He by no means. He was still climbing the ladder. So it's like, how can he now get flat? Now I'm defending a violent rapper.
Yeah, no, I'm a go out and say, hey, it is what it is. Like that shit happened. Yeah, because I don't. Yeah.
Well, he might have been beating up niggas at the bowling alley, but I'm like, at least I'll pick a nigga beating niggas up and letting niggas live, other than going out. At least he ain't out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, where do we draw the line, DJ?
I feel like you draw the line when you don't walk around with the bravado and you walk around with the flag of like, yeah, I'm this nigga who just shot a nigga in Walmart and I'll shoot anybody if you run up on me. I'll slap a motherfucker if you run up on. Like, bro, on some real shit, bro. Like, no, none of these quote unquote violent rappers that you want to name, they're not just going around like provoking shit like that or just like.
15 minutes ago, though, we agreed that rappers get paid and continue to feed their family off of bullshit and violence.
Yeah.
So that's so my point is, how can you be mad at him when he's feeding his family off this? He's gotten a name off being ignorant.
Oh shit.
He got a name off being ignorant.
Hold on, he ain't feeding his family
Off of
actually shooting somebody.
exactly, bro.
We
He's,
disagreed.
Yeah,
to
nah,
15 minutes.
he's feeding his family off of rapping about shooting niggas and rapping about doing
not
that shit.
actually shooting.
I mean, it's one and the same.
But even I have to disagree with what you're saying if we're gonna say that it's in occurrence. I mean, in agreement with what DJ just said, because you just said that 2 minutes ago you said that the baby blew up off of what? Shooting somebody. So how can we not say that he's feeding his family conceptually off of shooting somebody? Because according to DJ, he would have never gotten there if he hadn't shot somebody. Okay,
no,
cool.
I
Okay,
don't
cool.
think
Okay.
He blew up off of shooting nobody. I think
Nah, he blew up because he talented in the music. As far as fuck.
I just feel like John. That's what you call. That's his name, John.
I mean, little John.
I just feel like, and this is just my personal opinion. I don't never want to you can't judge a book by its cover. I just feel like it's a certain bravado that follows him, where it's like I can get away with anything, and I don't like that.
Nigga Thug felt like that.
Yeah, like that ain't no reason.
Nigga Thug was feeling like that.
Yeah.
I don't.
All rappers.
All street niggas
That's
feel
what
like
I'm saying.
that. All street niggas feel like that.
You don't think Dog felt like that?
Oh,
No. I'm saying that with all due respect. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the
the bravado that the streets carry. Like if you in the streets, like it's a certain type of energy you gonna have. Like that type of energy. Like can't nobody tell me shit. The police can't tell me shit. No authority can tell me shit.
You saw
You know what I'm
Boosie.
saying?
I'm like, hey nigga, you need to calm down. I'm like, nigga, you need to calm down,
Nah,
nigga.
Boosie was talking flagrant as fuck in them handcuffs, like bro.
Man, that fucking video was so funny, bro. They was talking about they was gonna make that shit the intro for his album. That shit was too funny. That shit had me dead.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Go ahead.
It's just a good, cause I don't, cause DJ's helped me a lot over because we've been arguing about this shit for about a year.
Yeah.
And he's helped me. He's helped me soften my stance a lot because I feel like I came in first judgmental. I'm like, why the fuck are niggas talking about killing niggas? But then he had to break down to me, hey nigga, not everybody grew up in fucking Cary, North Carolina. And you know what I'm saying? And so that was like the first wave. And then he was like, hey, you got to realize not everybody's glorifying this shit. Some niggas are literally just speaking their experience.
Literally.
And then like the point Shaw brought up, like they're getting paid for this. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, but it's like, hey nigga, if you don't rap about this, all right, fine, we'll find somebody else.
Yeah,
Go rap about some conscious shit.
Go rap about some conscious shit.
Yeah.
Go make a dollar goddamn off that music. nigga.
Yeah. So I feel you. And I just always think it's a good discussion because we at least once a month we get to yelling and shit and then go smoke that up. You know. But with that said, now to bring Nedlog into this, how would you describe y'all's music and what do you think y'all's aim is?
We always
Wait,
usually say alternative hip hop. That's the go-to.
Yeah, alternative hip hop. I say progressive hip hop.
Okay.
Southern progressive hip hop. My goal is I'm pretty sure each individual goal is specific, you know, for the crew. But my goal is just to inspire people, bro. Just to do what you want, be yourself, and do it like at the highest level type shit. Yeah, and that's it.
I would have to say my goal is to fill a void for somebody.
Wow.
What you mean by that?
Like, you know, it's not cool for anybody to be going through anything. You know, you don't want to promote depression or anything like that, mental illness, even though we just had a whole conversation about it. But you don't want to promote that. But, you know, people go through shit. And I guess for me, just knowing that I can kind of help somebody get through, you know, the day or get through whatever the fuck they're going through.
Hell yeah.
It kind of, you know, that shit kind of helps. You feel me? It helps me get through my day.
Shit,
you feel me?
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, just to fill the void somewhere.
That's real shit.
That was well put.
Shit, for me, it's like more so bringing progression. You know, like I'm big on change and growth. So like, I feel like you can't really have one without the other. So I'm big on just like bringing something different to whatever we try to do.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So
sure.
I know this. Most of y'all use the word progressive or like change and kind of just forward thinking mindset. So where do y'all want to take hip hop or music in general? Cause I don't even want to limit y'all to a category. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I feel like it's almost like, of course, not comparing, but like when I think about like "Make America Great Again," it's like that statement implies that, all right, it's in a place that we don't like it, and so we're trying to take it somewhere to wherever we consider great. So you know what I'm saying? Where's Nedlog going?
Y'all want to answer that? You can
I guess for what I was saying in my answer is just like I feel like that whole conversation that we just had should be able to be had in the same context of like both sides of the party, like the rappers that speak consciously and the trap rappers. I feel like people should be more willing to like come together as far as like hip hop. And like you said, I like how you started off, I don't want to box y'all. I feel like that should be like kind of let go as far as like hip hop goes.
That's excellent. I was kind of gonna say something similar to that. I was gonna say what we want to bring, and I feel like there's other artists that's doing it, that's on the same wavelength as us right now. But just bring balance. Just bring balance, cause like we was talking about, like bro said, like we were just talking about the abundance of violence and all of that, all of the other bullshit that's in this bitch. So it's like, let's try to incorporate some other shit, you know what I'm saying, to balance it out.
Right.
So cause it ain't all bad, cause we need people to speak on their experiences so people can understand what hip hop is. It's an all encompassing thing type shit, but it needs to be balanced.
Yeah, it gotta be the willingness.
And it gotta be the willingness from the record labels, it gotta be the willingness from the consumers, from the artists, nigga.
Like we teach each other, you know what I'm saying? Like we was talking about artists' ability to be able to articulate their like harsh realities in a more positive way, or like a more way that sounds not so negative or not so glorifying of like negativity. Like another artist that speaks like that can teach another artist that hasn't been able to be in that space to learn that, you know what I'm saying?
True.
I would say one thing I would like to bring to is accountability. I ain't gonna lie. If you is gonna do all that stupid shit, be accountable. Like, know you doing some stupid shit, or just like, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Whatever you fucking do, it's not. I'm a big believer in. It's not what you do. It's how you do it.
That's great.
Yeah, that's it.
That's great. I love that shit.
Okay.
I love that fucking answer. That was a good ass answer.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So like, do y'all have like? Well, everybody has like a inspiration, of course, but like, who would you say like? I don't want to say model your, but like, who do you think first helped shape your sound, like your delivery? Because I know everybody has a different sound, like out of the group.
Y'all can go.
Or it could be multiple.
I'm trying to think.
You wanna go? You trying to think?
Nah, I mean, I don't really have a specific answer because I try to pull from whatever I listen to, and I listen to literally everything. So
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Hell yeah. Literally.
I mean, if we just going off of artist basis,
Yeah.
like favorite artist basis, I would say for me, Eminem.
Wow, I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
Facts though.
Yeah, it's different.
Eminem is cold. New Eminem.
I mean, yo, you know what I'm saying?
Older,
He
older,
Legacy
yeah,
artist, you know.
Legacy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he on that tour. Yeah.
But yeah, Eminem, and I ain't gonna cap Ludacris. I ain't even gonna lie.
I think Ludacris is so underrated.
Yeah.
Man.
He is.
I swear
he's
that
underrated
nigga's
as fuck.
underrated, man.
He really is.
Chicken
He's
and beer is
so
probably
good. Like,
yeah, that got me.
Okay.
that man got into his acting bag and was like,
Yeah. I'm the fuck.
these Fast and Furious checks though.
Yeah.
Run that Fast and Furious
Yeah,
check,
and
bitch.
keep making them. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
This man Ludacris has a fucking picture in the airport, like a big ass picture, like when you coming up the fucking escalator.
He got a restaurant.
He do got that.
Oh yeah, that restaurant straight too. Yeah.
Damn.
Shout out to Luda, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to fucking Luda.
For real.
We went on a tangent.
Yeah.
Nah, but yeah, like fucking shit. Now that we say it, bro, I'm just gonna say all of the Southern artists, like all of the Southern artists that paved the way. So Luda, fucking Outkast, Goody Mob, T.I., fucking Killer Mike, Pimp C, Bun B, motherfucking 8-Ball, MJG. Goddamn, everybody from the South that been doing this shit before we have. Goddamn, that's who we gonna say for sure.
Okay.
What'd you say?
Nah, he's like, Yee.
Yeah.
What y'all think of Drake's new album?
Amazing.
That was a good. Yeah, I love that shit because like, no matter what people think about the goddamn. Hold up, how did you think about it before I get into this shit? What did you think about it, Josh?
It was straight.
Wait.
It was straight.
I ain't go back and listen to it. You know what I'm saying? It was like a lot of controversy because people was like, "Oh, Drake doing the house album, like he ain't been doing this shit." So I just, I wasn't really surprised by that. But you know what I'm saying?
But he hasn't though.
Yeah,
He's
not
been,
Not for a
yeah,
whole
not to that
album,
degree.
but he been throwing them in there.
But do you would y'all consider that a house album or an album with house music on it? Because
it's a house album.
you think so, the whole thing?
It's a house,
It's a house album.
except for the last track. Yeah,
It's a house album. It's like H&M music.
Yeah, it's a house album.
because I feel like it almost started with like this island feel, and then I feel like it gets house right around like the third or fourth track, and then it was some R&B. I enjoyed that shit, man. I enjoyed the fuck out of that shit.
It's great music.
It's his adaptation of house. Let's just say that.
Facts.
Okay.
If you don't wanna.
Y'all got some good fucking vocab, man.
It's his adaptation of house. But go back to what I said. I fuck with that shit because it's like, you know, that be people gripe with Drake. Like this man, he don't really be trying shit. He don't be going outside his box. Like he be staying in the one lane. So it's like, bruh, I'm finna do some whole other shit and experiment to the 8th degree. There ain't no hip hop artist doing this shit on some artistic shit. And I'm finna go over here with that shit. So like that's admirable as fuck. Like just to take that step out artistically. Like, nigga, I'm a hip hop artist, but nah, fuck that shit. I'm over here with it. Like,
Yeah.
that shit lit. Like,
Yeah.
He paving his own lane.
Yeah,
like,
nah,
that shit
yeah.
lit, fool.
Yeah.
Like people wasn't even. I don't even think people could say like Canada. You can tell me if I'm wrong or right, Toronto. But would you say people said like Canada, Toronto had a specific sound before Drake started even like experimenting with like different shit like that?
Yeah, no, not at all. Like Toronto sound before Drake isn't Toronto sound now.
Right.
He
Yeah.
like even the term the six, nobody called it the six before Drake.
Literally.
Yeah.
So just like kind of doing your like you're gonna have to have some people hate on you when you trying to do
Yeah,
your own
you know how
shit.
niggas do.
Like
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
In my opinion, my bad. What was you
Nah,
saying?
keep going.
I was just gonna say, in my opinion, I feel like this is kind of the comparison of when Kanye did Yeezus, and he just like separated himself.
It reminded me of 808s, honestly.
808s?
Because
It's a departure album, so
Well,
it's in the vein.
In a sense of like, I remember, because what year were y'all born?
1997, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So because 808s came out like 2008. So yeah. So niggas, I remember I was in high school, and I'll never forget first time because his first single I think was "Love Lockdown," and I remember driving. I'll never forget. I was getting on the highway, and they said, "Oh, this is Kanye's new song, Love Lockdown." And I remember all three radio hosts were laughing at him. They were like, "Oh, Kanye's trying to sing," and I feel like that's what this album reminded me of. Like it reminded me of like a separation. Like I'm not even.
Literally,
What?
and I think I'm finna get in my conspiracy theories bag, but like
ahead.
I think
That's what we're here for.
I think he dropped that type of album because he wasn't trying to compete with Kendrick. Like they both dropped the same year, and he was like, I'm not finna even compete on not even to say like I'm not better than you, but like I'm not even finna compete on no hip hop shit with you. Like I'm not.
I feel you.
I'm not even finna go there with you. That might even be why he said, honestly, never mind. It's like, nigga, like I'm not finna go there with you. I'm finna do this.
That's a good point too. And I also feel like it could have been because when he dropped CLB, folks were saying like Drake be doing the same shit all the time.
Yeah,
He's
with
like,
his
I'm
rap
gonna
shit.
drop a whole nother album of other shit that I've shown y'all that I've done before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you brought this up because I didn't want to be a head ass, but I was like, I had a conspiracy. I was just wondering if like, because you know him and Kanye got cool, and it's some. I was wondering. I'm like, I wonder if Kanye had some influence on this, like not like just in the sense of like, not even necessarily Kanye in the studio with him, but just on some like, damn, like you were saying, Drake was kind of getting put in this box of like he's not really an artist. Like I'm wondering if Drake wants to be known as like an artist more so than a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Because he's starting to get in that box. I mean, it wasn't. He was still the man at rapping. But yeah, I think Drake's on some legacy. She said
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I love that album.
Yeah, no,
I
that shit
love
fire.
it.
That
Yeah.
shit fire. That shit fire as fuck. But yeah, I think it did good for his legacy. You know, niggas be feeling legacy talks are interesting, but I feel like that in like 10, 15 years, niggas gonna look back at that album and be like, okay, that was some good shit. Like, just for you to try that type shit.
Or not.
Or not.
To get into the legacy talk.
I know it's something you want to talk on legacy.
I mean, we had this conversation earlier. I ain't gonna cap. Tom, Amari, he really changed my perspective on it.
How?
Just because it's
Hold up.
subjective.
Tell people what are you talking about?
Basically, I came up with a theory of legacies aren't really a thing anymore. Basically, like it's getting harder and harder to garner a legacy. And we kind of got into, me and Brandon, I was explaining this to him a little bit, but when I explained it to the gang earlier, we kind of got into the subject of like legacies are subjective. That's what Thomas was saying.
Yeah, because he said it was hard to make legacies. It was damn near impossible to make legacies. And I was like, the first person I brought up was Nipsey. I was like, nigga, Nipsey? Nigga, dude, were we all there type shit? But then it was like, then I asked him, it was like, so what do you consider legacy? Because probably Nipsey, he probably did make an international impact, but he probably didn't reach certain parts of Europe, let's say, but he definitely impacted and have a legacy in fucking Los Angeles, goddamn South Central Los Angeles. Like, bro, he a legend there. So it's like, the legacy shit is subjective, but then I kind of doubled back even further like after that, because it was like our legacy is kind of dead, because it's like with the internet and the social media shit, do you even get to choose your legacy? Like
That is a good
like Nip is like, he's like a rare instance where it's like the legacy stuck, where it's like, okay, he has a legacy of entrepreneurship, community building, self-empowerment, shit like that.
Spirituality,
you know? All of that shit, you know what I'm saying? But that's really rare. Like, once you die, I'm not even finna bring up no names. We got names in hip-hop. But once you die, people can really start to shit on your name and do whatever with your name.
No, I agree. And I bring up sports. It's funny, we end up with a light sports debate in here the other day. But it's like, it's one of them things where it's like, I look at somebody like LeBron, and I always think to myself, you know, I'm not even trying to have a discussion who's the greatest or whatever, because it's so close to me, but it's like, I feel like one reason somebody like Michael Jordan is so revered is because of the lack of social media. Because when someone's not readily available at all times, you can't always judge their actions. I feel like it becomes sort of like you
become a myth, damn near. It becomes mythical.
Yes, and that's why I feel like people would lose their mind when they saw Michael Jackson.
Thing,
yeah,
because the access, like Drake, you can go look at this nigga Instagram.
Exactly. Michael Jackson, it's 1988. You get to go to a concert. It's like seeing God, and I get why motherfuckers fainted, you know. Yeah. And so I agree 100% on that. I see what you're saying. Like, it is hard to form a legacy, because, like you were saying, shit, Twitter will pick your legacy for you.
Boy,
yeah.
It will. That shit sick
for you.
Yeah.
That shit is
sick.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But so yeah, we talked about that shit. But I do think it's possible to garner a legacy, but it's definitely harder to garner a positive legacy, because, you know, just the nature of fucking the internet and social media, like, they just gonna pick shit apart. But
I honestly I don't feel like legacy is a conversation for us to be having about people of our time period, because I feel like legacy takes time. Like, change takes time, and legacy comes from your ability to make a change within the world. You know what I'm saying? And you don't really see that impact in 5 years necessarily all the time. You know what I'm saying?
True.
You don't really see what gets changed.
You rarely see it in 5 years.
You know what I'm saying? 10 years even, shit. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true.
Hey, yeah.
Ooh, but I kind of, and this is just for, you know, conversational purposes, what we just seen with R. Kelly,
That goes to legacy. His legacy
And
went
that
to
shit switched overnight.
You think so?
Type shit.
His legacy went to shit. Yes.
Oh, yeah,
I
overnight.
feel like his legacy been doing this for about
No,
10
no,
years.
no,
I
no,
swear
no,
to
no,
God.
I mean,
Nah, that surviving R. Kelly shit, that was the switch. Like it was
Overnight.
probably,
Okay.
it was probably like that, and then that surviving R. Kelly shit. Boom.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's true. That is
Over
true.
with.
That's true. I feel like he was. Well, go ahead.
no. Keep going.
Yeah, I feel like it was almost like he had a negative stigma, but there was nothing to. There was almost no like super duper concrete evidence.
Exactly.
That is true.
That documentary.
Yeah, that shit went.
Yeah, that went straight.
I don't think
That
that's the
XY chart went
conversation
straight
about-
to the motherfucking ground, boy. Oh,
That shit.
God.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's the conversation about like his legacy though. That's more like
Really?
his perception.
Wait.
Because like you think about legacy,
what-
you're talking about
Legacy
about
is perception.
listen.
This is good.
Listen,
Yeah,
you're talking
it
you're
is.
talking about the things that he's done wrong, but there's still like plenty of people in this world that we give credit to for the great things that they did and overlook the fucked up things that they did.
What does that have to do with anything? So that just means their perception is that they're not a
So
bad
you're
person,
saying,
and their
are you
perception
saying
is
that he's
they're a bad
not
person.
a legend because he did fucked up things?
Yeah, he's a legend, but he did fucked up things, so they should put him in jail.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with his legacy? You were talking about him. being a
Legacy is all
legendary person.
encompassing. It doesn't just mean the music. It means, like we were talking about earlier, it means the film. It means who you are as a person outside of music. It means everything. It ain't just no music shit for your legacy.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, what do you consider music, or do you consider legacy just your work, or do you consider legacy everything?
I consider legacy is what people talk about you for, as far as like your contribution to the world.
Your impact.
I don't know if that's necessarily all that legacy is.
I feel like your legacy is only
How
as
not?
much as you gonna let somebody know. Like if you're
What, Mike?
Yeah, I feel like your legacy is really just as much as you let the people know. Because it's like,
What?
Well, here's my
R.
question.
Kelly didn't let nobody know about what he had going on. It just came out.
Well, do you think it's possible to have? Because I feel you. Do you think it's possible to have a negative legacy?
Yes. R. Kelly has a negative legacy.
Okay, yeah. Do you think R. Kelly is a negative legend, basically?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean that would be in that case just a criminal. That's what we call him at that point, right?
just finna say,
Yeah. Okay. You're right.
I guess he a talented criminal.
So how do you see him?
He's a criminal.
He didn't call him a legend.
he's a fucking criminal.
I'm glad you said that though, because it's crazy. Like, I've never looked at him as a criminal until right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Really?
yeah. Like, because if we're being real, just me personally, like my subconscious mind when I hear criminal, I almost separate. I don't know. That's crazy. Like I never looked at him as I almost looked at him as like that nigga that be doing just fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? But like the nigga's really a criminal. Thank you for that. I'm gonna be up at night tonight like damn.
Now, but you got to think, it's like a whole generation that's gonna grow up not even knowing R. Kelly for his music. They just gonna know he's that little that douchebag that was
Literally.
touching girls. Like,
Okay.
And I found there's multiple definitions of legacy, but the one that applies the most, something transmitted by or received from an ancestor or predecessor or from the past. So it kind of goes to what you're saying, like it's what you contribute to the world and what people after you can take from you type shit. But I also think those experiences are what you contribute to people. Like you being a fucked up person, that is your contribution as well as your music.
Yeah, I feel like when people talk about legacies, they don't count that though.
I
Like,
think they do. I think most people
So
do.
people don't talk about not to say anything bad about MLK, but his you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
cheating. Like,
His history, you feel me?
They call it history. If it's negative, it's history. Fuck
That's
it.
funny as fuck.
That's a good point though, because it's funny. A dude I interviewed a few weeks ago, he brought up this video of these chicks, and I be trying to steer away from gossip. I like these kind of combos, you know, and consciousness and like, but the topic was kind of interesting, and it was this chick that was like, okay, everybody calls him a great man, but you cheated on your wife. Can you really be a great man if you cheated on your wife? And
And how does that affect your legacy?
As a pastor,
And how does that affect your
Ooh,
legacy?
he had to bring the P word into it.
Ted Bundy in his hometown, Ted Bundy was like revered. People did not think that he was. They literally went on the stand against that man, like on some real shit.
Christ.
Like on some real shit.
No,
So his legacy in his hometown was a
But
great
that's
man.
not his, is that his legacy though? Just
His,
those
in his home, well, no, that's not his
to
legacy,
history,
but
to
his.
to history, is that his legacy? No, I'm sorry.
No,
Keep on.
you're right. But
Who are you looking, Mike? You're looking micro.
Micro.
Micro,
Yeah, okay.
micro,
Legacy
micro.
is macro. It gotta be macro.
So
Legacy
can
is
we?
everything
So how
else.
far is
Huh?
Nipsey's touch?
It could be micro like your family.
Okay.
That's
You
okay.
got that.
That's
You
the-
got
Okay,
that.
okay,
You got that.
okay,
You
okay.
got
Yeah,
that.
yeah, okay, okay.
All your community, like we said, Nipsey, like LA.
Yup.
Yeah, you speak every 30 minutes, but that shit be wise as hell. Fucking Yoda.
Shout out to Toronto, that guy.
No cap. Nah, you're right though. You're right.
Yeah, yeah.
But nah, yeah, man. That shit.
You're right though.
Okay, so question then on the art side, because I interviewed an artist about 2 months ago, and he told me he doesn't really care about making like a big impact on the music scene. I know some people do though, you know. So do y'all want to be like revered in the music game, or do y'all really not care? Because when he told me he didn't care, I'm like, damn, niggas really don't be caring. Niggas don't be wanting to
I
be.
feel like that focus is a distraction. I feel like if you do what you're supposed to do and you do what you love, then eventually you're gonna do something that's gonna change something for somebody. You feel me? But if you focus on trying to do something for a specific reason, like as for personal gain rather than love of it, or rather than the possibility of changing something, and it's like you just kind of distracting yourself from the actually working towards the goal. You know?
I feel that. I feel that.
I forgot the question. What was the question?
Basically, are y'all trying to be legends in the music game? Oh, no,
okay.
not are you trying to be, but would you like to
okay.
be?
Nah,
You
that
know
was,
what I'm saying?
That was good shit. Bro, this kind of applies to fucking basketball too. Cause I feel the same way about KD. Cause this nigga, I feel like he don't give a fuck.
I feel the
Like, and why the fuck are you in this bitch if you don't give a fuck?
dog. It's crazy.
Like, if you gonna be in this bitch, give a fuck. Like, bitch, if you try to be the best at what you do,
Nah,
for
yeah,
real,
no,
bro.
I feel you. I think,
But it shouldn't be off of a like I'm trying to conquer thing. It should just be like
I'm trying to
be the best. I
Yeah.
just want to be the best because of me type shit.
I'm glad you brought that up. Cause I'm so glad y'all here. I've been thinking about this shit with KD.
I hate that shit.
I feel like KD's at this point where I think he's a legit hooper. I think that nigga loves basketball, and I don't think he cares about legacy and
No.
shit. I think he wants to be the best basketball player he can
to
be.
himself.
Yeah, but like I don't. Yeah, I think after this past 2 years, I'm like, yeah, nah, this nigga's trying to hoop. He don't give a damn about that
Yeah,
shit.
that legendary shit. Fuck
Yeah.
that shit. Yeah, but
What makes y'all say that?
I feel just
I'm
the way
not a
he,
sports person
just
for
the way
real.
he moved type shit, just not being loyal and shit like that. What was you gonna say?
Yeah, no, he just.
I would say commitment, but shit like that. Keep going.
Yeah, it's like I don't know how to word it necessarily. Let me not speak that. Let me think of how to word it. It's like you can just tell with LeBron. LeBron may act like he don't care what niggas say. LeBron cares.
Bro, that nigga gives a
That nigga
fuck
gives a whole lot of fucks.
about the game of basketball.
Yeah.
like, bro.
I think KD cares what people say about him as a person. But instead of taking that and saying, all right, gazoom tight. Oh, yeah. Instead of saying, all right, cool, I'm going to go be the GOAT. I'm going to win 1,000 championships. I think KD's is like, all right, fucking nigga, I'm about to go hoop harder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
kind of,
exactly.
and there's a subtle difference, you know, because,
I don't even think that shit's subtle.
damn, okay.
I don't even think that shit's subtle. Like, you could tell the difference between a nigga like LeBron and KD or a nigga like Kobe and KD. Like,
Yeah.
the difference is night and day, just how they approach it. And I think that goes back to the music shit. Like, if you really in this shit, like
Worried about what other people think about you in any case is a distraction. That's life shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like being worried about what somebody else think about you is a distraction from you trying to better yourself. So it's like that's my take on it. Like you're not going to be a legend trying to be a legend. in my opinion.
What you mean by that? Explain that one.
You're not you're not focusing on perfecting what you do. You're focusing
on
to
the
be better
status
for other people.
You focusing on the status versus actually accumulating the skills.
Yeah, if niggas say you the
shit.
GOAT, you gonna stop.
Type
Even
shit.
if you're not.
Ooh, damn. Okay.
You might get complacent. You
That's
start being like,
interesting.
oh, you the GOAT, you the GOAT, you the GOAT. Facts.
Yeah, but nah, that everything we said all of that to say. If you in this music shit, everybody listening, nigga, if you in this music shit, if you do anything, bro, you should be trying to be the best at what you do, bro. Like, don't be in that bitch, like, not trying to be the best at what you do. Like, half it, like, yeah, I don't care. I don't care if, like, my shit go up or if people fuck with my shit or people get, like, if it gains any traction or changes my life, like, I don't care. Like, nigga, what? That shit sounds crazy.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, my bad. I was just gonna say, the human mind, like, we're able to do whatever the fuck we want. The human mind literally just stops us physically because we know that we're gonna hurt something. Mentally and just like emotionally, we can do literally whatever the fuck. So it's like, if you literally, and I know this sounds head ass and touche or cliche, literally just put your mind to that shit. I promise you, like, just keep, like, both of them just said, like, just keep doing that shit and just try to not even aiming to be the best per se, but just like aiming to know, be better.
If you always trying to get better, you gonna be the best at some point. You feel me? If you're not trying to get better, you ain't never gonna get there. It's not about being the best. It's about being the better. Because even when you the best, you can still be better.
Okay.
That nigga just fucking rap that topic.
Okay, so question. So with today's like industry, with how anybody can put out music, literally. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all think that like the music game is getting away from people caring about the craft and getting better, and it's just more so about either quote unquote clout or or you know what I'm saying? Or because I had some rappers in here. They said they were doing it. One of them said he was doing it just for the money. And so when I hear that, half of me is like, I mean, shit, I don't blame you. But then I wonder, because I don't innately love music like I'm sure y'all do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, how does that feel to the authentic musician like y'all?
I ain't even gonna count. I really, at the end of the day, I really feel like these two are bigger music heads than me and bigger like music advocates than me. Like, I'm trying to reach their level on some real shit. But me, being me, if your goal for anything is just for the money, that's only gonna take you so far. Like, literally, you can be successful and have money, but literally, it's not gonna help you. Like, my nigga, like, my bad, I'm trying to get my head.
You good, bro. I was just finna say, like, do your thing. Like, if you gotta get money, you know what I'm saying? But
Go work at KFC or something.
bruh, this is not the way to go about it. Like, this is a fucking lottery scratch off. Like, just to make real money and fucking music, bruh. This shit not fucking. That shit don't happen. Like, that shit is rare as hell to be able to sustain yourself, make a livable wage off music. Like, that shit is, like I said, that's some going to the NBA shit, hitting the lottery type shit. You feel me? So, like, if that's your goal, like, I only want to make money, it's so many ways, smarter, more efficient ways you can go make some money.
Yeah.
I feel like that message needs to be reverberated to the youth. You know, that like, it's not even about, hey, nigga, don't be out here ruining good music for people. But it's like, dude, yeah, there's a lot easier ways.
Go be a real estate agent or some shit.
Like,
Find some shit that you like for real.
Facts.
You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
what are you
Yeah.
talking about? Like, this, like, you should do it. Like you said, if you doing it for money, like, that shit gonna burn out anyway. You should just be like passionate, and do some
Maybe
shit
those
you
one
really
hit
fuck
wonders
with
and
about.
shit most of the time.
Yeah, and like I said, like, sometimes that shit cool. Get your money. If that's your goal, get the one hit, get the fuck out. You made your money. You can invest that in a business and buy you a goddamn 5 Guys. You know what I'm saying?
Plug.
Yeah,
I don't know what the plug is, but plug.
Yeah, buy a business. You know what I'm saying? Just buy a business and get the fuck out. But if you like, that ain't the nigga. That's a lottery ticket, bro. That shit dead.
Yeah, that's kind of that's like you shouldn't be counting on that. You know
Hell
what I'm saying? If you don't care about it, don't count on it.
Yeah, the fuck. Yeah,
And you kind of like you making it harder for the actual authentic artists to
Bruh.
get into the record
Now
label
you
doors or
saturating
whatever.
the fucking
Saturating
marketplace.
the shit, bro.
I think that's what I was kind of alluding to. Like, from the outside looking in, I'm just like, I don't even want to be like, even if I thought about playing my ukulele one day, you know, maybe trying to make it big on that. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, and it's not a bad thing. Like on one end, when I think about just music on a broader spectrum, just like if somebody wants to get famous playing the piano, you can go on YouTube or Spotify now and do that. But when I think about like, especially like hip hop, rap specifically, I just remember when I was in high school from like 05 to 09, you had like 2-3 niggas that rap, but you know they rap. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody was trying to
Yeah.
be an artist. Now, and I get it, SoundCloud, you know,
It's more
Fruity Loops.
tangible.
Yeah,
It's more-
it's accessible. What does that feel like? Like with a saturated market? Cause I know like DJ is telling me like, I know y'all just got back from New York a few weeks ago, meeting with Spotify, Apple, like shit. You know what I'm saying? But like, so what's it like being in meetings with those kind of people, you know, knowing that like you're up against so
A
many
sea of
damn
artists.
a sea, a ocean.
Confidence. It ain't
Let's
shit.
go. Fuck you mean?
Like when you in front of people who quote unquote have the key to something, and you know you fire as fuck, it's kind of like, all right, bro, you gonna give me this key or I'm gonna take it. Like,
Hell yeah.
I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I'm gonna get this key no matter what. Like, we fire as fuck. So it's just like,
Yeah, hell yeah.
like, hey, sometimes you just gotta put your nuts on the table. I ain't gonna lie.
Cream rise to the cream rise to the top, bro. Cream rise to the top. So it's like it can be an abundance of music out there, but all y'all niggas ain't fire. A lot of y'all niggas suck. I'ma look in the camera and say a lot of y'all niggas suck. But you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so like the fire shit is gonna make it to the top, and then the rest of the shit is just gonna fade away, and then it's gonna balance itself
Off
out.
of that, y'all need to be better friends. Tell your friends that they suck. Like, if y'all really don't like their music, bro, y'all know when suck music happens. Y'all know when y'all hear some suck shit. Please be a better friend.
No, for real.
Facts.
We said it. We said it. Kylo ain't say it.
Kylo agreed.
Kylo said it.
oh, okay.
Kylo said it too. That's great.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But yeah, it's an abundance. But if you confident about that shit, then that shit ain't gonna make no
Answer your
difference.
question. Answer your question.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. So moving forward, like I'm gonna say we're in July. Let's say the next 6 to 12 months. Y'all got any projects coming out? Like, what's the next? Where do y'all see yourselves a year from now? If we go back and watch this interview a year from now, where do y'all see yourselves?
Y'all wanna go?
Probably just some type of touring. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
tour.
Touring, just,
Tour.
Yeah.
Opening up for a major artist. Here you go.
Yeah,
My
that's
bad.
it.
I cut you off.
Opening up for a
made
major
me
artist,
excited.
being able to say fuck 9 to 5s. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
go.
like that. Just get, even though I appreciate the warehouse, Tony. If you
Yeah,
watching,
yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, let me keep a job.
DK and Brandon ain't say that. But yeah, man. Tour for sure. You Are Nedlog. That's the next project we're working on. It's called You Are Nedlog. So that should be out in the next year. Like, that's the next body of work we're working on type shit, because we like to make like artistic statements, like for real. So we working on that. We gonna put that together. But in the meantime, we gonna be dropping singles and shit like consistently. We gonna try like every 2 weeks, every 2 to 3 weeks, put out some new music. We got a single dropping January 29th. Goddamn, it's called Where You At ST.
Wait.
July.
Okay, I'm like, man, y'all niggas playing way ahead. I was like, God damn.
You know, I said that same thing earlier when I was at DK's house, and everybody looked at me the same way, like, nigga, what? Y'all finna wait all the months
Yeah, I
to
was
drop
like,
it?
all right, cool. Word.
But July 29th, the end of this month. The
Okay.
end of this month, that shit gonna drop. The producer name is ST, a man from Brazil. I found him on fucking Discord actually.
We
And
ain't
fucking
even find him for
Yeah, I ain't even found him yet. I only found him through Discord. Talked to him. Kenny Beats, he has like a Discord attached to his Twitch and shit.
Okay.
And it's like a creative community and shit. It's a bunch of fucking producers and songwriters and shit like that. So I found him in that bitch. And found some beats and we made some dope shit. So yeah, that shit coming out at the end of the month. That shit gonna be super, super fire.
Okay.
So yeah, we just finna hit folks.
And you are Nedlog. Is it YOU or you?
You are.
Ah, okay. Y'all strike me as you are kind of niggas, not YOU. I swear, that's why I asked.
Hell yeah, you are.
Okay, nice. Yo.
For sure. But
Yes.
we got a lot of good shit going on. What you got going on next, my boy?
Hey, I appreciate you asking.
Hell yeah.
I guess to answer my question, like a year from now, I would like to be interviewing like bigger names, but continue to do like, and I hate the term everyday people, but people who don't have fucking 1,000 million followers on Facebook and not Jesus. Okay, yeah, I'm 31, y'all. Sorry, on Instagram, TikTok,
all that.
Yeah. But you know, that and then like. I'm a big lover of math, and so I would like for my math vision to take off. I really would love to
I was
start.
not expecting you to say math.
Oh yeah. Well, I've tutored.
He's much more detailed.
Well, not tutoring because I tried teaching. Well, even though I taught history, but tutoring's more my speed these days. Because now, like, I'll give you an example. When I was teaching, my smallest class was 39. So you know, 39, 13-year-olds.
Smallest one.
Yeah.
Yo.
39, 13-year-olds for 90 minutes talking about old white man.
I need the Michael Jordan meme.
Right? Yeah, it was
Cue Michael Jordan meme.
yeah, I only made the spring break. But with that said, I would like to like, cause I just feel like black youth, math is such a like, it can be such a horror for us. You know, for some of us we love it, but like I just know so many kids growing up I'm friends with and shit, they hate math, and I feel like if numbers can become friendly, because it's deeper than math. I think once you start getting into numbers, you start awakening the consciousness of people, you know, because at the end of the day, our physical world is made up of numerical values. Yeah. You know, and so it's like, if we can start to innately understand this infinite conscious energy, then I think it's part of like us awakening. Yeah. So
That's fire. That's
preach. So that's the goal.
Yeah. I'm ready to see all of that shit coming to fruition.
No, facts. How do you feel about I just seen an article saying that it's a theory that the consciousness and thoughts in itself have a time limit, and even if the universe is forever, thoughts will come to an end.
I just don't think it's possible, because when I think about thoughts are intangible, and so anything that you can't touch, I feel like is infinite, because
But it comes from a tangible source.
what, the brain? Does it? Because think about this. You got the internet, right? Do computers bring the internet, or do they help us meet with that intangible source? Like a radio. Like think about a radio. You know how you got a frequency. All right, we got a physical radio that helps us, and a transmitter that helps us tune into this infinite frequency, but wouldn't the frequency still be infinite without the... Because I feel like we only use a finite thing, our brain, to access that, because we're finite, our physical bodies. But it's like, you know what I'm saying, we're getting in tune with something that's infinite. And so I don't think thought, you know, because right now, I don't know what anybody in this room's thinking, you know, which is wild. I'm looking at everybody here. I don't know what anybody's thinking. And so it's like something so just endable. I just don't think it can end. I don't know. Mind, numbers, the universe, to me, all infinite. No beginning, no end.
Y'all just got philosophical.
Yeah. Sorry.
Just got philosophical on them boys.
Yeah.
We had to go there one time.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
Hey,
But-
man, this is
Yeah, this is great. I appreciate y'all coming through, man. For real.
Excellent. We got a good pod out of here.
Yeah, hey,
1:15.
hey,
That's decent.
Well, 74 minutes. You know, that's 4,440 seconds. So yeah, we right on the map, baby.
My man's is crazy with the fucking. He is crazy with the math, bro. He's crazy with math, bro. I'm not
The
gonna
angel
lie.
numbers.
Yeah,
That's hard, but yeah,
Niggas don't
this
even
was
know,
so
man.
cool, bro. This was so
Yeah.
fucking cool.
No, I appreciate y'all coming back. Hell yeah. Y'all got any closing remarks?
Shit. You wanna go?
Go cop that Aku project.
Everywhere you
Everywhere.
stream music.
What's it called?
Aku.
Yeah. Type in Nedlog everywhere you stream music. Again, that's Nedlog. Ako. Y'all go check that out, man. That's our latest project.
How you spell it?
It's AKO.
Okay.
AKO. Just like that, man. But
I'm
yeah,
glad I
check us out. We got more music on the way coming up. Like I said, we got a single at the end of this month. So again, type in Nedlog. That's the word golden backwards. Y'all follow us on all of our social medias at Nedlog Media. That's at Nedlog Media. That's at Nedlog Media. Got the good media training going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But yeah, that's it, man. Fuck yeah. Thank you so much. This was a pleasure.
Yeah, nah, y'all got it. Nedlog Media.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. Hey, let's get it. Hey, let's get it. Hey, you know what I say? Shit. Do before you die, not do or die, because everybody dies. Catch y'all on the flip.
Really dope.
This was great. I appreciate y'all coming through. I love when niggas can have a conversation, passionately disagree, but everything stay respectful. I swear that's what niggas